Welcome to Quick Shots, a short format traditional archery podcast, where we introduce you to some of the world's most influential traditional archers, and occasionally, some random dudes. I'd like to send a big shout out to our sponsor, Archery Pass. For all your trad archery products, Archery Pass, making archery's past part of your future. ArcheryPass.com.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey everyone, and
I'm
welcome
ready
back
when
to
you are.
Quick.
I got a ring light in here, so it's not too dark.
Okay.
I was like, yeah.
We'll
Let me
do it
put
right
that
now.
hair. Yeah.
Let's do it. You get that hair done. All right, here we go. Bam, we're on. Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers, and we're here with Ashton. How are you doing?
I'm well, and you?
Hey, thank you very much for I sent out a quick hey man, would you be on the show? And because I've seen your Instagram posts, you're doing a fantastic job. You're promoting single string archery. We love trad archery. You're from the South, is Arkansas the South? Is that the South really?
Yeah,
think
we're above Louisiana, so pretty south. You can hear it.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. So, hey, welcome to the show, and I'd love to get to know you today. So, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about you, a little introduction, and tell us how you got into single string archery.
All right, so my name is Ashton. It was Brown, now it's Haywood. I just got married about a month ago.
Congrats.
So, thank you. We met in college. And he was in the same fraternity as my little brother. Well, a year younger, so I can't say little, but So there's this thing on campus called the HIPAS Center, on A-State, Arkansas State University in Jonesboro.
Yep.
It's Health, Physical Education, Science building, and there's a gym in there. So I was down there working out one day, and you have to get a pin to the weight machine. And I couldn't find one. And I was like, hey guys, where do I get a pin? They're like, go ask Spencer. I was like, okay, where is he at? And they're like, the archery range. And so I walked in this range and they're like, hey, you here to do an archery club? I was like, yeah, that's totally I walked up in here. On an unrelated note, if anybody's seen a pin to the weight machine, or Spencer, if you got one, I know you have one in your desk, just let me know. But we can address that later. I'm here for archery.
That's right.
And so I sat down. And I get up and everybody gets on the line to shoot. And Spencer looks at me. I was like, I've never touched or held a bow ever. I said, the only thing I've ever done, I shot a shotgun one time.
Wow.
I've not done anything. And he was like, okay, well, we're going to learn. And I was like, sweet. So we did band work for about 30 minutes and I watched everybody. And then I just got up there, shot my first shot. And he was like, you've done this. I was like, no. He's like, you just shot a spider on your first try. And I was like, I'm that good. And then I kept going back. And funny story was, this is around the time, before my husband, I dated other people before him. Let's be real here. This guy had just broken up with me and I was using the gym as an outlet. And then I was struggling because I have generalized anxiety disorder. Been struggling with that for a while. Oh. And this is my kind of story where archery helped me with all that. My Hallmark movie moment.
Awesome.
It really taught me how to break everything down and focus. And it just truly helped my anxiety. It helped with my depression. Obviously helped me get over that guy. So it was just that all around good thing. And it's something that was mine because my siblings did swim team or volleyball or basketball. My brother did trap team, and archery was mine. That was my thing that my siblings didn't have and my parents didn't do. So it was just, it's nice to have something of your own.
That's a great story on how you got into it. And one of the reasons why I was like, I gotta get this girl on the show, you seem like you have fun with it every time you're out shooting, and your form is fantastic. So I don't know I don't know who your coach is, but I'm telling you, it's really, really good. Who's your first coach?
My first and only, Spencer Bradley. So Spencer is freaking awesome. He's the one that I walked in there and he just taught me how to shoot right off the bat. He was over the HIPAS Center, still is. He's actually letting me go to an open house at the college tomorrow with my work, so I can go have fun and do that. And when I moved to Tennessee for a year with my husband, he was my boyfriend / fiance at the time. So I said, I'm not moving to Tennessee and coming home without a ring. That's when I made this archery Instagram, because my husband's last name is Haywood. So it's Haywood You Shoot. I thought it was kind of funny. And because I didn't have my coach, that's when I created this so I could reach out to other people. And you'll notice on some of my comments, like, hey guys, do you have any ways I can like correct my form or something I can improve on? I never get on there and boast and be like, oh, look how awesome I am. Like, not that I'm not awesome, but nobody's the best. So it's just one of those, I use it as a way to get in the community. And all of a sudden, all these people started reaching out to me and sending YouTube videos on like back tension and string walking and how to help me. And I would just go home and utilize that. And then whatever I learned from those people, post a video 2-3 days later, after I've gotten it down and studied on it, and then be like, hey guys, thank you so much for helping me. And this is what I learned from you. And so I've been using the page to just kind of get outside coaching. And then Spencer was also Zoom coaching me. My husband actually came home one day and was like, there was an extension cord from our kitchen all the way outside into the grass because I didn't want my laptop to die. And I was outside shooting, and like it was extension cord after extension cord connected. It looked like a scene from Home Alone when he like so Spencer's been awesome, and he's really helped me. And I got my level 1 coaching certification. I'm about to get my level 2. I've actually been working on that. I just got like one test, my big overall test on it.
Nice.
So,
That's some great dedication. I mean, honestly, I think you're a very pretty girl. So just FYI, people are, yeah. And I'm only saying that because, you know, you kind of scroll through and you go, oh, okay, there's a cute girl doing archery, whatever. All right, next. But you know, go stop there, because I'm serious. I was seriously impressed. And so Spencer, good job. You're listening. By all means, really, really great job with you, because I keep preaching on the show, you got to go get a coach. And, you know, I do as I say, not as I do, because I haven't had a coach really. Like I did the same thing as you when I moved out to California. I had a coach for a while. And then, you know, I was doing Olympic recurve. But, you know, Spencer, thanks very much. I mean, he's done a great job on your form. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, Spencer's awesome. And he never fails to like, because he'll walk up and he's like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much coaching do you want? And I was like, okay, I feel confident right now, but keep an eye on me. So we built that communication where I can reach out to him, or I can be like, hey, I didn't get to go to archery today, and I'll send him a video of me practicing at home. And it's always good to have that line that's open. And what's kind of stumped me is, so do you know who Ronda Rousey is?
Yeah, of course. Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she talks about how you outgrow your coach. And I feel like even though after 3 years, I've not outgrown Spencer, because he's constantly getting re-educated and staying informed and staying on top of stuff. And so we're growing together as like a coach and a archer. And
I just
so
love your
that's
mentality on this. But I can't, I'm kind of blown away. Like, this is the first time we're meeting, and I'm hearing new stuff from you, and I'm hearing, you know, who you are, and you're kind of blowing me away a little bit, because you're taking quotes from, you know, the UFC fighter, Olympic medalist, Ronda Rousey in judo, and you're applying them to archery. So it really sounds like you have this amazing fitness background, you know, and you kind of take from a lot of different places, and you're applying it to your single string archery. I got to ask you, why? Why didn't you go compound? Like, why aren't you shooting a compound bow?
So I learned on recurve, but after you learn recurve, the art of it and having to really take your time to break everything down and slow down. And what people don't understand is like, oh, I can just go. And I'm like, no, you can't. There's like 122 plus movements in it. And if one thing's off, the whole thing's off. And it's just that art, and it's so beautiful and everything about it. And that's why, like, if you ever look at my videos, because I'll post videos, I do it at all different angles. I'm trying to look at all parts of me shooting and look at everything. And with compound, I feel like because I put so much work into recurve and like holding my anchor and getting that back tension down, that when I do the compound, I'm just like, it's not as artistic to me. But I do feel like the compound is awesome. Like, my grandpa shoots compound because he bow hunts. Yep. And that's wonderful. That's just something that didn't ever appeal to me, because I did like the artisticness behind it. And I do have like a studio art degree, minor in art history, emphasis in printmaking, minor in education. So 6 years ago into college, focused on art. That's what I found in archery. So archery is kind of correlated through everything. And like right now I'm at work. Actually, I'm in the back. So, because I'm
Nice.
kind
We
of
won't
using
tell your
Wi-Fi,
boss.
my
I'm not
Wi-Fi's
gonna
out at
tell.
home, Tornado.
Not gonna tell your boss. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. He already knows. I was like, by the way, I'm gonna be famous. No, I'm joking.
You are gonna be famous.
So
Though.
I
You're already
have
famous.
thank you. I have a Ben Pearson bow here, and then I have some foam tip arrows. And so sometimes if you ever like follow our page, I'll shoot products.
I know. I
I
saw. It's funny. That was funny. I was like, "What is she doing?" Is she like? But then it's the phone tip arrows. I didn't realize. Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty
like
cool.
my assistant manager, I put something like a pre-workout on top of his head and like shot it off his head. So it's something that
Wait, but he
I
had a
tried.
helmet. He had a helmet or something on. He had a bucket or something on his head. Just want to tell viewers so that in case you haven't gone there, she was being safe, super safe.
Super
Even though
safe.
she's from Arkansas, she's got a head on her shoulders. She's a smart girl.
Oh yeah, well, try to. It's like one of the helmets from like Monty Python, you know, and they're like walking through and clicking the coconuts. It looks like one of those, and you put it on. And so I shot off his head, and it's a foam tip arrow. It's completely safe. I just tried to use archery throughout life. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's just like that's my thing. And I also am so tired of people saying Katniss.
Severdeen, yeah, you're not Katniss.
If one more person calls me Katniss, I will lose it.
But you know what? She had, okay, in the very first show, I'm like, we analyze anytime that anyone gets on stage on anything and says, "Wait, is that really archery?" She had an Olympic coach for her first show, and she was like anchoring underneath her chin here, and then it got a little carried away after that. I don't know. She looked okay a couple times, right, in those first couple movies, don't you think?
I felt like her form was okay. But one thing that people have criticized me about, which it's perfectly normal to criticize people. Everybody does everything different.
Yep.
I'm very open-minded about that.
Yep.
When I have taken pictures, like I did my bridals, like in my wedding dress with the bow. It's hard to get a picture when it's like crunching your face. Yeah.
So
That's me.
it's so cool. It's so cool.
Thank
Like,
you.
this is how much you love archery. And again, I said, you scroll through, you see a pretty girl doing archery, and you're just like, okay, well, keep going, but don't. I mean, not this one anyway. Not Ashton, because you're taking this to a serious level. You
My
are
mom
dedicated.
was so mad.
Your mom was.
So what you don't see is that my mom got her bridals, like her pictures in her wedding dress, taken outside the Arkansas State Capitol. My sister did it when she got married the first time. And everyone in my family has. So I did it. And then I didn't tell my mom we were doing archery. She's like, "Where are we going?" I was like, "Oh, we're going over here." She's like, "Okay." And then I pull out my bow and I throw my quiver over my back and I'm walking and I hear like, and the photographer is just like
Hey, Ashton, give us a second. You're catching up.
in the bottom of it.
Your internet's coming in and out. It's okay. It happens during anything. It could be my issue. So yeah, because you're so excited. You're so excited. You're moving around. You're like, oh, it's all over. I love it though. Your excitement is contagious, man. I thought I was the crazy one. I'm like, I love archery, and you really love it. I don't think I have wedding photos with a bow in my hand. And you do take a ton of pictures. Like, you're taking video and you're asking for people to give. Like, you're not looking for attention here. All you're really asking for, like, feedback, and I find that so refreshing and so good. But again, you're doing pretty good. Hey, are you a competitive archer?
I have not competed, and the sad part is about that was COVID messed so much up that when I was about to start competing, it just everything came to a halt. So when I told you how I walked in that meeting, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm totally here to sign up for archery club." 6 months later, I became the president of the club. I got it registered as a sport. So A-State has the only college archery collegiate team in the state.
That's awesome.
And we got it. Yeah. And we got a grant for it. And me and Spencer recently got them a $6,000 grant for like outdoor equipment.
Good.
So it was one of those that I did all these amazing things. And then the Rona.
Yeah.
And then I coached archery in Franklin, Tennessee for about a year. Music City Archery. It's pretty awesome. And I loved it. It was a great opportunity. But then we moved back and we came back, and I can't compete with the collegiate team right now because there is some other COVID regulations and stuff. But me and Spence are working with other archery coaches and teams to get something put together so we can start competing soon.
Do you like I don't see you on any 3D courses or anything. I see you mostly inside. Have you tried 3D?
Yes. So it's like Twin Oaks out in Tennessee.
Yep.
And my friend, I met this girl.
That's where
story.
just IBO Traditional World Champions at Twin Oaks in Tennessee. Keep going. That's coming up. That's going to be this year. I think it's in Twin Oaks again this year. So that's the course. If people have watched my videos, they know that we've been out to that course. It's pretty awesome.
So funny story. I met this girl and it ended up there. So there's a whole thing to this.
Okay.
I go to my doctor to get a physical, and I was talking about archery because they're like, what do you do? And I said archery. And this nurse just saw me naked. And then I walk out and she's like, here's my number. And I was like, hold up, girlfriend. I'm engaged. And she said, no. I do archery too. And there's a competition coming up. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Not that you're not beautiful. So then I met her at her house, complete stranger, and got there and we rode out there. And that was my first 3D course. So the downside to that was because my bow is 66 inches tall, they did have regulations for that one competition. My bow had to be 60, but that's okay. I wanted the experience anyway, so my points didn't matter, but I did the whole course. That was my first 3D course. And I was like, screw it. I don't care. Like, my might not be regulated, but I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do this. And I went through the whole thing with her. And the whole time I was hyping her up, I was like, girl, you're doing so good. You got this. I was hyping her up. I was shooting, and it was the most fun I ever had. And I would love to do it again.
Do you remember that girl's name? Or
and I felt like a badass.
Say again?
Huh?
Say that again. What was her name?
The whole thing?
No, say that her name again. Sorry. You cut in and out.
Her name is Kelsey. Her name was Kelsey Keaton. Keaton.
I'm just kind of wondering. I don't know if I know her. Give me one second. Trying to get you back a little bit into. You're still cutting in and out. I feel bad. I hate for people to kind of have that.
To the front of my store, and maybe that'll help.
Yo, let's pause. Yeah, we'll come. We'll go along with you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Go. As we go to the front of the store.
I mean, move through the bathroom.
She is there's her branding on her
That's
shirt.
my background. Hey, Grayson. Yep. This is my assistant manager, Grayson.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Grayson. If a customer walks in, I'm jumping back to that. Okay.
That's a big dude, man. That's a big dude.
Yeah, he's pretty beefy. Like, Grayson, come here.
Grayson.
Flex for the people.
Grayson, how you doing? Welcome to Quick Shots. This is a traditional archery podcast, and welcome to the show, man. You're looking pretty buff. What's going on there? Is that your full-time job or what? Working out?
Yeah. Pretty much. I've been doing it for 6 years, and I've not slowed down, and then I pretty much made a career out of it.
What's this girl like? What's this girl like, Ashton? She okay?
Ashton?
Yeah, me.
She's
okay?
pretty much everything you'd expect. She's awesome.
I don't know what that means, dude.
Awesome.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Pretty much everything you would expect. Yeah, Grayson's awesome to work with. This is the fitness guru. I call him our lab rat. Anything that y'all have anything about fitness, supplementations, whatever, anything, he knows all the science. I love working with him because even though I've been doing this for a short while and we've been working together for like 6 months. Every day I learn something new from this guy.
Did you know that she was a superstar archer? Did you know?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago when I was like, hey, by the way.
I did. Honestly, the first time I kind of got a glimpse of it is whenever she brought her bow and then some foam tip arrows up to the store. And she was like, setting up cans and like hitting them off of like random spots. Yeah, we and it was actually a running thing. First time she brought her bow up to the store, I was like, listen, okay, I want you to hit a can off of. And so I wore that, and lo and behold, like, how far out were you? Like,
I hit it. Dead
yeah,
on.
she hit it, but she
Um,
was pretty far away. It was impressive. So
That
is
was a
pretty
good
good.
distance. So Grayson was my guinea pig. But yeah, this is my assistant manager, Grayson. He's awesome. He also plays the drums. So everybody up here is multi-talented.
yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, let's
Sorry,
get
Grayson.
let's get back to it. We'll kind of thanks, Grayson. We appreciate you, man. Cool name. There's a really awesome bear bow archer. His name's Grayson too. But I never heard the name before, and now I know too. That's pretty awesome. So
Grayson,
okay,
now you know.
yeah. So now you know. All right, let's get back to you. All right, give us your setup. What are you currently shooting?
Right now I'm shooting, it's a Galaxy bow. It's 66 inches tall. It's red and black. I would like to point that out because everything in my house is red and black.
Is there a reason?
Me and my husband met at
Tell us
A-State.
the reason for that. Why is everything red and black?
So my husband's high school colors were red and black. The college that we met at, we actually met at the gym on campus. We also shared a little bro, red and black. And then we moved to Austin Peay State, Clarksville, Tennessee, for him to work at Austin Peay State. And their colors were red and black.
Red and black.
So we just thought it was a trend. So everything is red and black. So it's just like, I don't want to say it's traditional because it is a take apart bow. It's not like a one piece, but I am wanting it to go to Olympic style. So there's a plunger on it, but I'm thinking about adding a sight and a weight with time.
Okay.
I just want to get adjusted where I'm at now. And I just adjusted my limbs. So I'm up to 30-pound draw.
That's good. Now, me personally, I would recommend that you never add a sight to your bow, like ever, and just do bare bow and just compete in bare bow. I'm telling you, it's so cool. It's so cool.
Keep it
You'll have
bare.
so much fun. Yeah. Just keep it like that. Keep a plunger on it, keep a rest on it, and then just 30 pounds and some arrows and get out and do some 3D and some outdoor courses. I'm telling you, you'll love it. You'll continue to love it. So I know you're learning, and you got your coach, and you're at school, and he's teaching you on a bare bow basically, or he probably taught you on like maybe a more traditional bow, but then you went to this bare bow kind of setup. We call that a bare bow. And then that's good. I think you should just keep going that way. I mean, you got good form. Just keep hammering away. We don't have enough. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
We don't have enough. We need more people in what we call bare bow, right? So I think it'd be a good idea. Just stick it out. I'm just telling you, I'm biased though. I'm pretty biased.
No, for sure. I have a couple of traditional bows at home. Like my favorite, the one that's in my pictures, for my wedding, and the one that's at work is my Ben Pearson bow. And it's just, I wanted a Pearson. Like that's a classic. And then I have like several other ones at home, but the one that I traditionally shoot with is what you were talking about recreationally, my bear bow.
Yeah.
Which has the plunger on it, and maybe I'll just stick without the sight. I don't want that crutch.
Yeah, you don't need that.
But-
You don't need that. I'm telling you. And just watch some of the young bare bow ladies. When you get a chance, watch this. And anyone that hasn't watched any of these things or is coming here just to see Ashton, go watch the rest of the Quick Shots videos, because seriously, there's some fantastic archers. I mean, female archers, male archers, a lot of really good young female archers coming up in bare bow. And it's really awesome to kind of see that and grow the sport. It's getting more and more popular. So what would be one piece of advice for like a young lady or young man getting into archery? What would you tell them as a coach? What would you say? What's the most important thing that they work on or try and get better?
Oh
at?
my goodness, that's such a loaded question.
Yeah.
That's
why I asked it.
No, it's great. I guess for me with my anxiety, I would say take one thing at a time. Do not let the archers that are in front of you, just because they're shooting fast doesn't mean they're shooting correct. I had the biggest issue with, there's this guy that shoots in the range. His name is Tim. He's awesome, veteran. He's great, and he's a quick shot. And I wanted to be like Tim so bad that I completely was dropping my form just because I wanted to pick up speed. And that is terrible. Like, I tell people in the archery world and the fitness world, form is important. Form is more important than weight. It's
Mhm.
more important than you lifting or drawing back weight, because if you mess up one part of your form, you can tell. So you just got to go back to the basics. So don't compare yourself to other people, and slow it down, and work on that back tension.
I love that. Such a great, and people, what is back tension though? I mean, like that's a hard thing to equate, right? I mean, it's even at the beginning of this interview, you were saying, yeah, people talk to me about back tension online. I went and studied it, and then I kind of understood it, and then I applied it to my own technique, which I think is a fantastic way of doing things. You know, it is good to have a coach, but it's also good to, you know, take a look at what other people are doing. Film yourself. The other thing that I thought maybe you were going to say is that you should film yourself. You should film yourself and get advice, man, because there's nothing that puts pressure on you like seeing yourself on film and then having to put yourself out there in front of the world, right? I mean, like people
Oh,
people
for sure.
now, do you get any nasty comments and stuff that people are just like,
Oh my God, all the time. So I didn't say film yourself. A lot of people do get camera shy. I started off with using a mirror, like full length mirror, to like watch myself, but then I noticed I'd turn into the bowstring and I'd like whack my nose. So I started filming myself for fun. Uh, and some people are camera shy, and I was playing with angles, but I do get nasty comments. I got, and I'm not saying names, I got a Robin Hood, and this one girl went, "A Robin Hood, or did you just break your knock?" And I get like nasty comments from women. I get some from men that they get on to me and they're like, "Slow down," or "You're going too slow." It's always it majority of the time it's about speed or my anchor. Because I change my anchor according to distance. And that's one thing, like, obviously I'm not going to be at 70 meters with my anchor like right up here,
yeah,
right in my face,
yeah.
which is why I have like bumps right here from constantly like my nails. Sometimes I gotta cut them down. I accidentally do that. And yeah, I got a nasty one right there on
Oh
accident.
no.
I do that angry face like you showed me earlier, that picture. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's my resting archery face.
Resting archery face. Trademark. Resting archery
Oh
face.
yeah.
That's
So that's one of the things. I do get a lot of nasty comments, but the good outweighs the bad at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, I have those archers in the community, which is probably my favorite community right now, that send me links to videos and they're like, "Hey, I know that you're slacking off on this, but here's a video on how you can do better." And that's what I want. Like if there's something bad, I don't want to be like, "Hey, you suck." Be like, "Hey, this is where you're slacking off and this is where you can improve." And that's what I love about the archery community, because a lot of people do that. I do get those hate comments, but I don't mind the hate if there's a helpful tip or a helpful hint in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty brave. I mean, honestly, going out and putting yourself online like that's not easy. And I recommend to people that they should film themselves. We have this amazing tool, right? Always just film yourself shooting a few times and then play it back and see how you did. I mean, there's no better, you can't lie to a camera, really. You know what I mean? It's like, that's you. That's you. There's no lying. It's like, I did that. That's how I shot. That was terrible. It's ugly. I need to go fix it. Or have someone give you feedback. I mean, that's really good. And then I can see how it would be, you know, it's intimidating because you don't want to put that out there and then have people say nasty things to you. So I'm going to say it to people. Don't say nasty things to people. It's ridiculous. It's idiotic. Just if it's not constructive criticism, don't do it. I mean, give these people a break. And yeah, I think you're brave. I honestly do. I think you're brave. I think you're doing a great job. I think you're doing a really good job to help promote traditional archery, which I really approve of and love. So, you know, I want to thank you for being on the show. Is there
Thank you
anything
for
else you want?
having me.
Hey, no worries. How can people get hold of you?
Um,
How can they
so
follow
my
you?
Instagram. Yeah, you can follow my Instagram. Haywood You Shoot. Haywood is my last name, and it is a pun. My doormat says, "Haywood You Come In" at home. Uh, so I use my name a lot as a pun. And my personal Instagram is dat_Ashton, like dad ass, but that Ashton. I don't know if I can cuss on here. Sorry.
You can do whatever, and that isn't really custom, but don't follow her on her
you can
personal. Go to Hey Would You Shoot. That's it. Period. Go to Hey Would You Shoot. If you guys are friends, you can follow her on her personal one. But follow her. She's freaking awesome. I mean, the videos, everything is really good. And if you have constructive criticism, send it to her. But words of encouragement are also really good as well. So, thanks very much. Really appreciate you again coming on the show. I just want to remind our listeners and viewers that archerypass.com is our sponsor. They do all kinds of traditional archery equipment. They're a little bit smaller company, and you can call up Riley, talk to him. He's really awesome. So if you get a chance, check out archerypass.com. They're our sponsor. So thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Ashton coming out, and be safe. Be positive, test negative, and we'll talk to you next time. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye.